I was doing my thing, I was watching old Technoblade videos from 2015 and going for my email, trying to find a fucking image. I'd emailed myself because it was the easiest way to transfer an image between computers when I saw it. The infamous Quora email. Now, see, I'm no strangers to Quora emails. I have an ungodly level of Quora emails in my email feed. Okay, I don't know when I subscribe to get these fucking messages from Quora every day, but it was a long time ago, and they've been fucking harassing me since then. I think I was trying to figure out like what 1 plus 1 was on Quora, and somebody told me and told me it was 4, and that's how I learned math. But I was like, you know what would be fun? To fucking look at these and review them. Because, let's be honest. I don't have much fucking content. And I like leeching off of other people's stupidity slash comedy. So let's get into that. Now let's start this off by looking at the magnum opus of Quora questions. I accidentally ate oranges when I drank milk. After that, I searched up if it's okay and what would happen. It said I would have health issues. Is it true? If not, what will happen? Now, firstly, let's go over the fact that if you aren't having health issues, then nothing would happen. The correct terminology would be if so, what would happen? Secondly, why the fuck would you eat oranges and milk? That's horrible. You do have health issues already in your head. And thirdly, why the fuck would you think the Google is that safe? That's like me drinking like cranberry juice and then go into the fridge to get a little scoop of ice cream and then being like, I need the Google. Is this safe to consume? Google says I'm gonna get cancer if I eat too much ice cream. Well, I guess it's time to plan my funeral. It's kinda stupid. Now, on this next one in this glorious email we received, which we get these fairly often, and multiple emails. I don't know why every fucking email I own is signed up to this shit, but it is. I am 13 years old. I'm 7 myself, so this dude's fucking old. My parents only let me play with my computer for 1 to 2 hours. I paid half the price for my computer. How can I help them convince? How can I convince them to let me play longer? Well, firstly, you shouldn't, and you couldn't. Your parents are very just in that deciding. Personally, I think 1 to 2 hours is way too much for 2 weeks. I think you should be limiting yourself to 1 to 2 hours per month. Only somebody very irresponsible would play video games longer than 1 to 2 hours per year. So, your parents are already indulging you too much, so you should ask them to let you play less. And also, paying half the price of the PC, you still don't own it. It's like renting a house. You don't own the fucking thing, your parents do. You, so your parents are very just to do that. Or you could hold them at gunpoint. That would also work for convincing them. And finally, has anyone ever been spanked by a big brother? In some of my BDSM incest sex that has happened. Yes. I mean, I would fucking drop out of college to continue my YouTube channel. It is 16 subscribers. Now, fun thing about Quora is it has this funky little search feature. So I'm gonna look up, is Canine the Wolfie Cat? Is Canine the Wolfie Cat safe for my kids to watch? No. Ask original. I have to fucking end it with a fucking question mark. Is Canine the Wolfie Cat legal to watch in Canada? Bullying laws in Canada. Yeah. Just gonna... Done. There we go. What's it like to have depression? Well, that's not at all what I fucking searched. Well, you see, my son, that is very common. That's sort of how this channel you might not have heard of, but it's how this channel called T-Series rose to power. Yet again, this is not anywhere near what I fucking searched. What does it feel like to murder someone? Well, that's like a personal thing, you know. It depends on who you are. That's like asking, what does it feel like to eat? What does it feel like to take a shit? It just depends on who you are and how tender your ass is. But let's see what Kate Hunt, a political science person, has done. Never mind, that's too many words. Awful, you say? When I killed somebody in 1983, it was the best feeling I ever had. Dude, don't listen to the people in the comments. They're misinforming you. It feels good and you'll love it. I recommend you kill your husband. It probably means you now have herpes. Yet again, we see the Quora search engine in its prime. That is, 1.6 GPA better than my current GPA. So I'd say you could probably get a PhD in something like medical science if you at Hartford. I think you're pretty good. Not really sure what you're trying to do here, but I mean, I'm sure it's good intentioned. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this weird video. It's a tad bit of a different concept than what we normally do, but you know, sometimes you just have to try new stuff. Also, most of the stuff said in here were jokes, except for the parts that weren't jokes, which is probably all of it. Or maybe none of it. I'm not going to disclose. Don't Twitter cancel me, and if you do, make sure it gets me views.